Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I am fixing my camera right now. All right, so we come to you live each and every day, Monday through Thursday, starting at 9 a.m. And here are the times right below us. But yeah, we're here every odd hour and starting 9, 11, 1, 3, and 5. And so we do talk luminesce. We talk everything and anything about luminesce. So if it's the starter kit, if it's the product, if it's how to color match, if it's whatever it is, we cover it. And whatever you need to know, we're going to cover that too. So, you make the call, you call the shots as far as what we talk about. So every time we do like to go over the basics of our starter kit and what you get in the starter kit, or what I like to call the practice kit. And this is one of our starter kits. And this is the Icon. And it does come with 2 bottles of foundation. And we give you the 2 large bottles of foundation because think of this as your practice kit. We want you to practice. We want you to utilize it. It is a different way of putting on makeup. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but you'll get it in no time, but you have to use it. So use those bottles. It's also a way so you can color match 365 days a year. So you can mix and match. Sometimes you might just be, the lighter shade. Sometimes you might be the darker shade, and sometimes you might need a mix. That's the joy of luminesce and what you can do with it. We also give you a bottle of love and a bottle of blush, but you're using drops. And when I say drops, like with the blush, because it's so high pigmented, you'll only be using about 2 drops at a time. And so it's super amazing because you're blowing it on with the airbrush. You're using less makeup, and so it's great for your skin. It's not going to feel heavy or cakey. When you get started, this is what we want you to do right here: is get it out of the box, plug it in, and turn it on. When you turn it on, there is air that comes out. So you're going to hold it about 4 finger widths away. Keep moving, and just feel that air all over your face and keep that moving. And that's practicing. And then put water in here and then start pulling back on the trigger. You're going to pull back super light. You do not want a lot of makeup going out. The only time I pull back all the way is if I'm cleaning it. And so you'll understand that once you start playing with it, once you start practicing, because if the makeup feels wet or you get streaks or a big of makeup, then you'll know, oh yeah, I'm doing it too much. I'm pulling back way too much. All right, so let's go over how's it. Concealer, which is one of my faves because this is what I like to call coverage. I do like to cover, I have some darkness on my lids. I have darkness underneath my eyes. And so I like to go in with that pre-coverage, and it just takes me up a notch. It takes me up a notch to get some coverage going. If you're getting full coverage on that very first pass, okay, so remember, these are light passes where you're going to second guess if it's coming out. So now hey Candy, good to see you. All right, so I'm actually looking up. I angle, normally you just keep your stylus level, but I'm going to look up. I'm angling it down just a little so it blows this way and not directly into my eye, because it is just a soft little kiss of air. So you definitely are going to leave your eyes open. Now, except when actually my eyes are still open. I'm doing my lids. But you'll definitely want to leave your eyes open because, of course, we want to see what we're doing, right? And so I'm going in and I'm just covering those problem areas. Now, I sprayed a little bit too heavy there, and so it looks a little crepey. So I can take a blender and blend that out. There are no mistakes when it comes to airbrush. You can always correct it. And the other day when we talked about correcting the wrong shade, if you started with the wrong shade, then you don't have to take that off. You can go in and correct that as well. It seemed like I was really bright, so I was trying to turn that down a little bit. All right, so now that the foundation is on, I now can go and go to the next. Hey, Amber, good to see you. I can go to the next step. Now, the next step, that depends. There's a lot of possibilities. So it depends on what look you prefer, what look you want that day, whatever, you know, whatever you're shooting for. So I'm actually going to grab, I'm going to mix 2 of our blushes together. And I'm going to shake them up. So I'm going to put 2 drops. Let me see if I can get the 2 drops out of this one. I need to rinse out the cap. And then, whoop, let me see if I have, this is the natural blush. I think I had one that was open. Yeah. So I'm shaking it up. And then now I'm going to put my drops in there. So I have both drops in here, both colors, and it's on, plugging up the top, and that's plugging up the air and pulling lightly back on my trigger. What this is doing is mixing it for me. So you're not getting messy. It's not all over your counter. It goes exactly where you point it, and mixed this together. I didn't have to put anything in here to stir it or anything like that. I can mix those together. Now I'm going to apply this to the cheeks and move back. Now, because our blush is very high pigmented, and depending on the look, I like a softer blush. So that's why I like doing it first, because even if I do get it a little bold, or what I like to call blush happy, it's okay. Also, mixing other products with it, as far as like mixing the natural blush with it, it's beautiful. Mixing a drop of your foundation with the blush can also help smooth that transition of putting blush on. So if you're like, I just cannot get the blush right, I need, you know, I don't use it because I never can get it right. Try doing it first, and then also try mixing a drop of natural blush or a drop of Love or a drop of your foundation in with it, because that will help you. All right. Now I'm going to go in. Let's grab my shade. And I'm going to make sure that that blush is blown out, meaning everything's gone. I need more Silk 3-in-1. And I'm going to use about 5 to 6 drops. And then starting, now you can really tell that blush is like, woo, woo, woo. Now, of course, it's going to look more because that's all you see on my face. And so now I'm going to go around, and you can start wherever you would like. But I make one complete pass. Now, I'm obviously going to blend this in, but notice that I make a pass. I don't sit there and do this to try to blend it in. I'm just going in and making my passes, and I'll keep going back until I get it blended how I like it. So you don't sit on it for a long period of time because then you're not applying it the correct way. You're not airbrushing the correct way. Okay, so see how blended that looks now. you know, before it was a little bright, what I would like to call blush happy. So it was a little bright, but blending it with the foundation over the blush does tone it down, does blend it where it's a little softer. Now I'm going to take our Nude and Naughty palette, and I'm going to go in with, let's see, going with a flat eyeshadow brush and a blendy. And I'm going to go, let's see, I want to go, I don't know what I want to do actually. Let's go in with, I'll go in with kind of a taupey brown on the lid. Oh, that's a pretty color. And just doing this all on my lid up into the crease. So I'm just stopping right at that crease. And then you can blend that a little bit more. But honestly, you can stop right there. So if you wanted just a very simple eyeshadow, this would be great. This would be a great one because it is very simple, but I love that taupiness of it. You can put eyeliner on it to take it up a notch, and of course mascara to definitely seal the deal. Let's go ahead and add the mascara. Curling the lashes right at the lash line. And then using the larger part of the mascara wand to get the mascara on, and then the very thinner or the very thin tip I'm going to use to either separate or straighten my lash. Going back and forth, applying it top and bottom. Get a little bit more in there. Now keep in mind, guys, you want to change out your mascara. I mean, if you're using it every day, about every 30, 45 days. This is, I think, one of the biggest ones that air gets into it. And so air is what will start contaminating it. If we haven't learned that with COVID, I don't know what we have. You know, we know how air is going to bring the germs. And so make sure that you are changing those out. Apply a little bit on the bottom, just dusting that through. Right there. Okay. And then of course I'm going to finish the look with some lips and using my Ballet Pink. Oh, good, Candy. You already ordered yours. That's awesome. I go through, I think if I had to pick one product that I wouldn't go out of the house with, it would probably be mascara. Mascara or my brows. I don't know which one. Love this color. And there's the Ballet Pink in the Vinyl Slick Liquid Lipstick. And there you go. The Vinyl Slicks are very shiny, very creamy, very pigmented. They definitely stay on all day. Of course, you'll touch up after you eat and things like that. It's not a stain, but it does still have that staying power. So you definitely need to check out the lip vinyl. So, all right, guys, there you go. We are done for our 3 o'clock, but we will be back for the 5. And so let me know if you guys need anything. If you want to see anything, we will cover it. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.